Hello YouTube. So today I'm going to be making a traditional ceviche recipe. So this recipe is delicious and fresh and citrusy and amazing. So I want to thank Steven for first veganizing this recipe for me and also allowing me to put it on my channel. Thank you. So everything about this recipe is a traditional ceviche recipe, but instead of tuna, we're going to be using marinated tofu. So without further ado, let's get into the ceviche recipe. So the first thing we need to do for this recipe is marinate our tofu. So I'm just getting some limes ready. So you want to go ahead and juice some lime. I'm using 3 limes here, and that ended up being enough juice. So get a shallow container, anything that will be good for marinating, and just repeat this process until you have a good layer of lime juice. And now it's time to cut up the tofu. So I'm using half of a brick of this extra firm high protein tofu, and you just want to cut your tofu into pretty small little cubes. At least that's the way that I like it the best. And then you just want to transfer all your little cubes into the lime juice. And I like to make sure lime juice is covering pretty much everything. And then pop on a lid, pop it in the fridge, and marinate. Okay, so now it's time to cut up our herbs. So I'm starting off with a bunch of cilantro, and measurements for everything will be down below, but you just want to do a pretty fine chop on all of your herbs. And I forgot to film this part, but you want to add it into a mixing bowl as we go. And so next up we have some fresh oregano. And so to get your oregano ready, you just do this kind of back pull method off of the stem. And then same thing as the cilantro, go ahead and chop it up nice and fine. And then when that's finely chopped, you want to go ahead and add it in to your mixing bowl with your cilantro. Now we're getting some fresh basil ready. So same thing as before, give it a nice fine chop and add it in to your mixing bowl. All right, next up we've got tomatoes. So I'm using 4 tomatoes. The recipe originally is for Roma tomatoes, but this is what they had at the store. So either one will work, but you just want to cube these up nice and small. And then once you're done cutting your tomatoes, you want to get all of the tomato and all of that good juicy tomato juice in your mixing bowl. And now I've got half of a red onion that I'm going to chop up. So same thing, chop it up nice and fine and add it into that mixing bowl. I swear I'm going to stop saying mixing bowl. Okay, and now we have 1 large jalapeno. You can use a large jalapeno, a couple of smaller serranos, 2 jalapenos. It just depends on how spicy you like it. So I took out the seeds, and now I'm just chopping it up nice and fine. And if you like it spicy, you can always leave in those seeds. It's really up to you. All right, and now we're almost ready to start adding other things. So I've got my marinated tofu that I strained. You don't want to use the lime juice that it was marinating in. And now I'm adding 1/4 cup of olive oil, 1 teaspoon of soy sauce or liquid aminos, 1/2 teaspoon of some dry mustard, and we're going to add in some salt and pepper, and this will be to taste, so add a little bit in, give it a stir, taste it, and see if you need more. Okay, so now I'm just going to stir everything up, give it a nice toss, and I'm going to finish it off with some lime juice. I tasted it and it needed a little more citrus, so a little bit of lime, and our ceviche is ready to serve. So I'm putting it in this cute little mason jar for aesthetic purposes, and I'm going to serve it up with some blue corn chips, and that is all for today. Try this ceviche, serve it to your friends, let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching.